Getting a job in Canada is completely different from back home.
Everything that you see in social media is come to Canada, you can work, you can find a work, is better opportunities and stuff. But once you're here, you find out that in LinkedIn, you're applying for a job that it also has 500 other applicants.
My first application was December 16th. I took like several interviews, 7 interviews. And I started working in February 26th.
So in my mind, I think that how can I compete with these people? Since maybe some of them has a Canadian experience or more experience than me.
My name is William Cruz. I'm 31. I'm originally from Brazil, living in Canada for 6 months now. I got an opportunity to come to Canada in 2013 to study English. I came here, I fell in love with the city, fell in love with Canada, and then I kept in mind that I should come back. I wasn't aware like how long it was gonna take. Things happened, and here I am now. I've been with my partner for 8 years now, and we always kept in mind that we should move from Brazil because the violence thing was a thing in my mind. Like I went to therapy for more than 15 years because of previous incident. I'm really religious, and I think that sometimes God sends you some signals. And I was with a bunch of friends. One of them, like, his best friend is living in Toronto, and I told my friend, like, oh, could you send me his contact? I want to talk to him about what's going on in Toronto. I talked to him, and then 3 hours later, going back to home, back to my apartment, we got robbed in a really, really violent situation. It was a time for reflection. I saw the signal that God was sending to me.
My name is Sabrina Nunez. I'm 32 years old. I'm from Mexico. I arrived to Canada in January with my husband and our little dog. I think it has been really difficult for me. I'm a really close person from my family, my parents specifically, and we are really, really far. I came with my family to look for better opportunities, for better life. Right now, I'm looking for a job. I grew up in Nuevo Laredo, Tamaulipas. It's a small city in the border of Mexico and Texas. We are pretty familiar with the U.S. life, but there is no a lot of opportunities there to go like with the family and to be in a legal way. So we look for something like can relate with that kind of life, right? And we found that Canada has better opportunities to move, to have a permit to work. It's not USA, and once that we came here, we find a lot of differences between the Canada and the US life, but that's a principal reason that we came to Canada.
Well, I'm a marketing coordinator in a medtech company. So basically I'm doing the same thing I did in Brazil, kind of just moved to another country, but doing the same thing in a company in the same industry. It was a really stressful process with lots of interviews with HR. I applied for literally more than 300 jobs, I can guarantee. I would say maybe even 400 jobs on Indeed, Monster, LinkedIn, everything. And the processes here, now I'm on the other part, like trying to hire people, and I see how complex it is to the company. And there's like a lot of competition, and you need to do a lot of stuff to stand out and find a nice job. But it's like just too many steps to get hired, and that's something like really, really stressful.
I used to work in a school, in a private school. I started like in the prefect position, and then they assigned me to coordination, academic coordination. I have an open work permit. I came as a spouse of my husband, that he came with a student permit. He's studying in the George Brown College. That's the way that Canada can help to the students to come, and they can have this support from the partner to be here. Having him here is the most important because it has been difficult since it's different because he has all the school things to do, and I'm looking for a job, and it's difficult not to have to do my part of the process, like to have a work and to be productive and all this stuff. I apply for jobs, but besides that, I have much like free time or to think, and yeah, I think that sometimes that make me feel like a little bit depressive or stuff.
So during the interviews, I didn't feel like any discrimination or whatever. The fact that I'm a newcomer here in the Canadian market is totally fine. They are used to have people that don't have like the perfect English here. What I know now is that sometimes companies hire newcomers as a way to pay less for a job position in a higher level. Like, oh, we can get a junior Canadian or a senior immigrant with the same amount of money, yeah.
I try to apply to the jobs that I can really fit. I think so. That's why sometimes I get so confused because they don't call me. But I don't know. I really don't have experience working here. I really don't know what they're looking for, because I have knew about another persons that, okay, I don't feel comfortable in my work right now, I'm looking for another one, and they start like in 2 weeks, but they already have experience here. So I don't know if that is really the thing that probably is affecting me to find a job, not having experience here.
The easiest part is that there's like hundreds, thousands of opportunities. I don't feel that it's hard to find a job here. And the worst part is that sometimes you get jobs that don't pay you enough to live. That's the reality for most of the immigrants.
I start having answers like maybe we're moving in another direction or stuff, and that make me feel that, okay, probably since I have the no's, eventually one of those emails has to be the yes. I think so.
I feel that I have a good job now. I could get paid better for what I'm doing. I understand that, but it is what it is, and I can pay my bills now with my salary.
Right now, I don't know if I want to stay like the rest of my life. We have talked about at least stay here until my husband finished the college. I think that for me, it's easier to get short-term goals than thinking in about 5 to 10 years. I'm not that kind of person.
My expectations now is to become a Canadian citizen. After that, I'll probably would like to have a nomad life, and let's say I would live here for 20 years, 20 something years, and then spend like 6 months in Europe and then come back, and then 6 months, like 2 years in Australia and then come back. And Brazil, no. Latin America, no.
But yeah, we think that with the time, many things can change, and maybe we think that if I have a really good job or he can find a really good opportunity, the best thing is to be here and maybe in the future to apply for the residence and stuff.